Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. How are you all doing? Happy Monday. Oh, the sun is just setting on us here in Rome tonight. Haven't flown from Rome for quite a while, so I thought that'd be something a little bit different this evening. Yeah, Rome up to Munich, where Pack Andrew's already asking about ATC. There is no ATC here in Rome, unfortunately. Plenty in Germany, though, so we'll look forward to that in a little bit. Just realised the top bar is not populated, so just give me one moment. I'll get that sorted for you. Our call sign tonight is an absolute pain. It's Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec, which doesn't really roll off the tongue quite so well, but hopefully that's now populated and we can see that as well. So yeah, how you all doing? Hope you've all had a hope you've had a good weekend. Just finishing setting everything up here, then we'll jump on board and get going. But good to see lots of you coming in nice and early, whether you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. Otherwise, should you drop the money and get the expansion pack? If you like the A320 family, I don't see any reason why not. We're on the A319 tonight, for example. Yeah, and I love it. Every aircraft is slightly different limitations, different things like that. So, yeah, I don't see any reason. I don't personally see any reason why not. But then I fly this aircraft all of the time. So it is absolutely personal preference, so to speak. I can't really say say much more than that, I'm afraid. But anyway, good evening everyone else coming in the chat. Christoph, Chris, Philip, Jayhawk celebrating 36 months of supporting me. Is that all, Jayhawk? Is that all? Thank you so much, mate. Remlin, good evening to you. Hey, virtual pilot, 380 pilot, the A3 380 pilot says the A319 is my favourite aircraft in the 320 family. Oh, at least you said in the 320 family. I was going to say your name would be wrong then if the 319 is your favourite plane and you called the 380. I do like the 380. So that's probably my most favourite plane, full stop, to watch take off and fly, for example. My username, what's the difference between the 319, 320, 321? Again, just different airframe limitations, which I suppose unless you get into the real nitty-gritty of flight simming and sort of flying at real ops like we're going to be doing this evening, you might not notice that much difference. But in the real world, there is lots of difference. Different regulated takeoff weights and landing restrictions, things like that. A321, you've got tail strike issues. And so, yeah, they're just all slightly different, which, in the real world you've got to think about. But we are indeed back in the virtual Easyjet flight deck tonight, virtual pilot. That is indeed correct. So thank you for coming and joining us. Right, shall we jump on board as well? So yeah, here we are. As I say, we are in Rome. Sadly, no ATC, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. Fisher mate, thank you for subscribing. Hope you're doing well. So let's Callum, when did I divert to eggs? What? Echo Golf Sierra. Where's that? I hope that is a real airport. It's not one I'm familiar with, but the fact that it's ICO code spelled eggs is brilliant. Hey Steve, good evening to you. Says he arrived in Naples early today, taking a short break. Oh, nice, very nice indeed. Great approach as well. Great approach. Right, let's have a look at our operational flight plan. If I can find it, we'll go through that and we'll start to. We'll have a look, see what fuel we're going to load and all that sort of stuff. And decurrence is here from Nova Scotia in Halifax. Fantastic. A380 pilot, we are using the AGU call sign because we're EasyJet Europe tonight. We're not EasyJet UK, which is the difference between the two. 3 different Easyjet companies. There's the Great Britain, there's Europe, and there is Swiss. All have different call signs. Right, so pushback should be about 30 minutes if we are on time, that is. So let me just... we'll zip through the OFP and we'll get going as soon as possible. But as I said, we are real ops tonight, so we'll be doing it as by the book. Lee, Echo Golf Sierra is definitely not Stansted. Right, here we go. So, operational flight plan, we're nicely underloaded, we're not that heavy tonight. Short flight anyway. We've got Stuttgart as the alternate, usual cost index, cruising quite low tonight, only 29,000 feet, but then again it's not a long flight, it's only about an hour and 18 minutes in total. We're expected to be off 2:05 this evening. The shear rate is going to be fine for the flight, and then coming in 08 on the arrival into Munich. Plug fuel is just over 5.5 tons. CNR for the diver is 2.2. That's all fine. Let's just have a look at the flight log. So we've got a bit of terrain, I think, as we start to approach Munich. Yeah, so about 50 minutes into the flight. Then we just need to be aware, of course, that we've got some terrain beneath us for about 15 minutes or so. Then we start to drop down the other side. Our top of descent is after that, so that's quite handy. Let's have a look at the information with regards to the weather in Munich tonight. We've got light winds, 0303 cab. Okay, oh, that should be beautiful. Stuttgart as well is fine. We've also got Frankfurt. Oh, we've got some ATC. We have got ATC. Oh, Andrew will be pleased. So yeah, that's fine as well. So in fact, all of the alternates there fine. Cool. And we'll just have a quick look and confirm that. Yeah, worst case scenario weather's all the 9s. So beautiful. What have we got then to look at with regards to our NOTAMs? So that's later on. That's why I'm just looking at taxiway closures. I don't know if they're going to simulate those anyway on VATSIM, but never mind. And we've got nothing with regards to the runway, so that's fine. What we've got in Munich. Taxiway entrance to 4 is closed. Don't know where that is. We're not on 08 left, we're on 08 right, so that's fine. Approach procedures, LSGP coverage up to 0 right. Okay, we'll probably won't worry about too much about that. Glide path coverage 50 mile sector in relation to. Alright, so I doubt we're going to get a 15 mile final, but just be aware that might be issues with the glide slope, as there would be in real life. Sadly, not in the sim. The nav arrival chart changed to change of call sign director. Okay, so that's fine. And nothing with the runways. Okay, so that's all straightforward as well. Brilliant. And then a quick look at the weather chart, see what we've got. So there's our flight, pretty straight north, isn't it? And we've got no weather, very little wind, and what looks on paper like a beautiful straightforward flight. So so there we go. The one, if you've got a technical question to ask, wait till we're in the cruise, mate. And then I can concentrate on that for you. What fuel we're going to take? 5.6. Maybe throw in a bit of contingency just because we are busy tonight in Munich. Have we got we've got Alvatex running in the background as well. You can track me on there if you wish. That's our flight route loaded in. If I turn on the ATC pilots, just have a look. Yeah, so Munich's looking a little bit busy tonight. Might have calmed down with the time again. To be honest, we probably don't need that much extra fuel, do we? So, what was plug? It was 5.6. We'll take 5.9 tons. I'm not even going to round that up to 6 tons. We'll take 5.9, and hopefully that should be fine. So, just telling the ground crew that that's what we need, and then from there. I think cabin crew's on board tonight. Hey guys, you all ready to start boarding? And we're looking like we're getting ready to get set up here. Not sure who's in the cabin crew tonight. We'll find out in a minute.
Okay, Captain, we will start boarding now.
A very efficient German
welcome
sounding
aboard Easyjet Europe Flight 2998, departing from Rome to München. We are now beginning the boarding process. Please have your boarding passes ready and enjoy your flight with us today.
Right, GSX is loaded in. We're going to start boarding soon, as per the announcement just made. Eldon, I just can't remember what sceneries we've got in today. We have got custom scenery. Is it MK Studios, I think, maybe for this Italian airport? So, potentially. Alright, so we are on the usual turnaround phase. So we've got the pumps off, we've got the packs off, we've got the APU off, we're on external power at the moment. Just come down here, want to check flaps, spoilers, parking brake, we're just walking 2000 as well. Doors are starting to open up as things get busy downstairs, and let's just check. I think we've got a company load sheet. Let's just check. We've got a company message anyway, so we'll find out in a minute. So we've got, oh my god, we've got loads. What the hell's all this lot? I need to read all of these. I think we've got like 4 load sheets sent here. That's just confirmation of the weather. That's fine. I'll just scroll down the Q&H from that. We'll get the ATIS in a minute as well in a minute. But I think the Q&H is 1017. Find out what information ATC is at, and then we'll copy that to the controller. That's preliminary load sheet 1. Let's go for the latest preliminary load sheet, which is that one, which we will accept. And then we've got 0 fuel weight CFG is 28.3, and the takeoff CFG is 27.0. Okay, just make a note of that now, and let's have a listen to. Whoops, go away. Let's have a listen to the ATIS and see what we've got. When I can find it. 121.85.
Direction variable between 130 and 210 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Clouds view 1,500 feet. Temperature 23 degrees. 2.18 degrees. QNH 1017 hectopascals. QF Echo 1017 hectopascals. Airport information. Departure clearance available via data link. Reduced runway separation minima procedures in progress. Pilots may request runway 16 right. You have received ATIS information. Alpha.
Okay, well we want 125 because it's going to be quicker for us.
ATIS departure information Alpha at 1820. Runway in use 25. Transition level.
Yeah, so runway use is 25 anyway, according to that. So that is fine. Okay, so 1017, that's fine. We will monitor the guard frequency 1215. Yeah, switching panels fine. Thrust levers, engine one, mass selection, they're all done. And we are 1017 up here. Got the constraints on. I think our initial climb is something like 11,000, but we'll contact ATC and get confirmation of that in a minute. Problem is, the inbuilt charts, the LIDAR charts, actually don't show the departures that I'm expecting. I'm expecting Suzy 16 Romeo. And the Sol 17 Alpha departure, so we'll find out what we've got in a minute. So if I just do our init request and see what we get. Flight Sim Jim, good evening to you. DC Gertz also in the chat says we're landing at the same airport. You flew when I flew the Global into Glasgow. You just didn't fly excellent, and you've just left Heathrow for Munich. We might meet up at the same time then. Hopefully not exchanging paint. So our flight number. Let's grab the OFP, throw that on screen and start filling some stuff in. Whilst the passengers are all boarding then, we are EasyJet Europe. What was that rubbish call sign? 71 Zulu Quebec. Cost index 4. Ground temperature is 23. I've been freezing here today in Yorkshire. Absolutely frozen in my office today. I was very tempted to put the heating on, which in June for a Yorkshireman is a no-no. Let's request our winds. Tai Shivers, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining us on our hop this evening. Iris in it. We've got 3.5 greens. We'll check those in a minute actually, but we've got 4148 north, 1215 to east for our parking position. We are stand 509 tonight. Just check that fire area. Yeah, we've got 3.5 greens and the aircraft status. We've got the valid air cycle in there and CFM engines. Wonderful. So, we just pop in the cruise level tonight, which is flight level 290, and then we'll continue to populate the flight plans. So, as I said, we're expecting 2-5, and then I think it's going to be the Sozzy 5 Alpha, no, 6 Romeo, and that's the Sovan 7 Alpha transition. All the Italian airports, they all have transitions. They're a real pain compared to those that don't. Although transitions in America are quite normal. I just think the Americans do it better than the Italians. Munich is expecting 08 right, and Betas 1 Alpha. That's that one. I have no idea what our approach fare for that will be. Let's see if we can find out, shall we? Let's grab the charts.
This way, please.
So we got Betas 1 Alpha arrival. Come on, chart. Here we are.
Good evening.
So where does that take us to? Oh, don't need you to build the route. We don't use the flight planner to build the route. We just use the flight planner for the charts. Right. Okay. I have no idea. It could be the Ottersberg VOR. Might just put that in to begin with. Or it could be one of these transitions here. So, right, Ottersberg VOR, or we could end up with any one of those. I'm going to stick with the Ott VOR, but I think we might end up doing one of the transitions. We'll have a look in cruise and see if we can tidy that up. But for now, we have got 478 miles there, and the OFP has got... oh, where have you gone? Oh, I don't think it likes me, this aircraft, because I've not flown it for so long. Ooh, 460 miles, 478 miles. Yep, okay, I think that's fine. Aviation Fitness just got the 319 321 pack. I hope you are enjoying it. A little bit of variety to your flying. Also helps if you want to do real ops and, you know, try and mimic real world flights as well. You can now use the correct airframe. So this aircraft uses the this route uses the 319 regularly, so that's why we are in that tonight. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to check what this looks like. Just scroll through that. As our departure, that's the one that goes up on the transition, and then yeah, that looks pretty looks a little bit like what I was hoping it to look like. Yeah, actually, it's not a million miles off. Not a million miles off at all. Alright, I will take that. Night Rider, thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Okay, flight plan's done. Radnav page. Let's go back to our charts. For the departure, I don't know if we actually need to hard tune anything here, to be honest. Let's find out.
Good evening.
Andrew, did I get my pizza the other night? I did, and I didn't finish it all, and my lad stole the rest of it the following day.
Good evening.
I say stole, I did offer it to him. Right, let's just grab the departure here. Oh, you are giving me some daft charts. What are you doing? Right, OST. Hard tune that. I think is already auto-tuned anyway, so that's fine. Alright, init B page. Zero fuel weight. We have got, what did I say? We're going to be taking 5.9 tons, aren't we? But our zero fuel weight is going to be 52.4. The C of G was 28.3. 5.9 tons of fuel.
May I see your boarding pass?
Fuel for our alternate is going to be 1.2 tons.
Good evening.
And takeoff weight is 58.1, nice and light. And we've got an extra 22 minutes worth of fuel on board. So that's fine. Let's do our takeoff performance calculations then, all based on that. I'm not going to bother doing the arrival calculations or the dispatch landing calculation, just because we're in a 319, we're very light, it's a long runway at Munich, I know we can get in. In the real world you have to do that, it's a legal requirement, but we'll skip that for tonight. Okay, so yeah, we're off 2.5, it is indeed dry, we're going to go flaps 1, well no need to force toga, no need for anti-ice, packs will be off as per SOPs. That takeoff weight was 58.1. Just make sure you guys can see that as well. The C of G is going to be 27. Let's see the live weather. And intersection data. Is there an intersection we can take? There probably is.
Good evening.
Just give me a ground chart. There we go.
Boarding pass, please.
Hey T-Rox. So if we have a look for, we could try Bravo Delta or Bravo Charlie, and there we've got 2430, 2499. Let's go Bravo Delta 2430, if that's in. Bravo Delta, Bravo Charlie. It's not quite accurate. Someone's added both there, but they are slightly different. Okay, fair enough. Callum, why don't you use SimSmart? SimSmart is for a Neo aircraft, Callum. I will use SimSmart in a minute just for the engine out stuff, but not for the V-speeds. Wrong engines. So, we are looking to pop these in. We've got 131, 131, and 136. We are flaps 1. Why has all that been sent? Clear that out. Why can't I delete it? Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, in the real world, yellow airline stops don't bother popping this rubbish in, so ignore that. Flex will be 68. That's fine. Okay, thrust reduction and acceleration. This, then, Callum, is where we come to SimSmart.
This way.
Just get that all loaded. Right, where are we? We are in Rome, so LIRF. 25. Okay, so thrust reduction acceleration is 1005. Orange airline stops, we can take 200 off that, so that's going to be 805, isn't it? Anything to save money for the low-cost carriers. There we are. And then let's look at the secondary flight plan. So copy the active. So standard engine out, 600 feet, right turn to the Ost VOR, radial 289, 90 miles DME Ost VOR, and then we're going to enter a hold. Oh, right, okay, we're going to have to create a waypoint. So let's just create the waypoint. So the place is OST. The bearing is 289, and the distance is 19 miles out. So what we do is we create that waypoint, and then which is now a place bearing distance 01, and then we're going to hold at that waypoint, and the inbound course is going to be 109. And right turn. See, I told you the Italian stuff's really difficult. It's just not normal. Once we've got that hold in there, then let's put in LIRF back for our new destination, and we'll be arriving then. Or it'll be 34 left most likely. So get that in. No star, Novia. Let's just check all that looks like something sensible. Alden says, pro tip for the Flight Sim 24 planner, instead of entering the route and everything, you can search for the airport in the top centre, then you just get all charts directly. You do, but to be fair, I don't mind it once I've got the route set up, just because you've got quick access to both your departure and arrival route, airport as well. Now, let me just check what this actually looks like. So there's the departure, and then have we got, where's that random hold? There it is. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh, lovely. Okay, so we now need to just contact ATC and make sure that we've actually got everything in the box that they want us to do. So we'll contact Ground in a minute, who are no longer online. They've gone off, so we'll just self-brief it on our own. Okay, let me grab the chart up and make sure we know what we're going, where we're going, what we're doing. Hey guys, are you all boarded back there? Just to see how they're doing at the back, see if they're ready to go.
Okay, Captain, I'll make the announcement now.
That's not what I asked.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to announce that boarding is now complete. Thank you for your patience.
Fantastic.
And we'll be departing shortly for Mawan Kronchin. We hope you enjoy your flight with Easyjet Europe, Flight 2998.
Basically, you've just put the pressure on me, and the reason we're not leaving is not because we're still boarding, it's because of the pilot. That's excellent. Okay, so we are now 792. We've got a max restriction there of 200 knots. That's pretty much straight after takeoff, though, so I'm not too worried about that. However, then we are on 706. Max speed there still 200 knots. Then we go to the Sovan 7 Alpha transition, which I've not got a chart for there, which is really annoying. However, if we actually check out the route, it is fine. It's what we're expecting. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's just go to our performance characteristic speeds. Okay, so we're going to go flaps 1, just by 2 knots. You see, we've got speed restriction of 200 knots. We can't exceed that, so we're going to fly flaps 1. So let's just pre-select 182 as our speed. I mean, 2 knots. Nah, might be able to get away with it. Okay, so let's go for the brief then, guys, if we're all ready for that, and then we'll get ready to push back as soon as we can. Before I do that, then let's start the APU just so that can be firing up good and ready. So 1, 2, 3. And there. Mike says we could always use say intentions for the ATC as well. We could, Mike, but I'll be honest with you, I never use say intentions for ATC when I'm on VATSIM and I'm on the ground or I'm on the approach, just because you really do need to be making your calls on Unicom, otherwise you're sort of violating some VATSIM rules there. For the cruise, however, Mike, yeah, don't mind doing that at all. Alright, so let's start with the usual. Don't need to really talk about the weather. We've got light winds and it's dry and it's daylight. It's beautiful. Aircraft is A319, fully serviceable, apart from the weather radar as per usual. No times are going to affect our flight here out of Rome or en route, or actually even when we get to Munich, so that's nice. Let's have a look at the ground, where we're going to go and how we going to taxi, etc, etc. So we are parked, we're actually parked right at the corner here of Charlie Fox. Let me bring the chart up so you can see there. So we're parked right at the corner here, so we're going to push back and we'll actually push, I think we're going to push tail to the, I don't actually know. We could go either way. We can go down here and then taxi over that way, or we can go down here and taxi over that way. Either way, I think we'll push back to the we'll push back tail to the right. Yeah, we'll push back tail to the right, and then from there we're going to taxi. It's going to be Papa Delta, and then from there we will take, it's going to be November. It's actually a really short taxi, this. Probably one of the shortest ones I've done this airport. November, then we're going to take Bravo Charlie, which which is our holding point for runway 25, intersection departure. So a little threat. The fact it's a short taxi, we'll get both engines started. We'll do flight control check after we've got both engines started as well before we move. We'll do the checklist then once we're on this straight bit of Delta just here, and then we want to be concentrate. We've got a couple of little hotspots here, hotspot 6 and this hotspot here. We do need to make sure we line up by Bravo Charlie, not Bravo Delta. There isn't that much between them, but our performance has been calculated for the Bravo Charlie intersection, not Bravo Delta, so we just need to make sure that we get the right one. So that's the taxi information, and then if we just have a look at the departure info, which is here. Okay, so we are straight out, immediate right-hand turn almost, and we are going to maintain flaps 1 until we pass the Rome 706 waypoint, after which we're obviously continuing in the climb, so we'll push for managed speed, clean up on schedule, off we go, and climb into our initial climb of 11,000 feet. Transition altitude is 6,000, so again, little threat there. We're going to be climbing to a flight level, so we will need to push for standard pressure. Good. The engine out procedure then is standard, so engine failure on takeoff. Then let's just do the full brief. I'm not doing it for a while. See if I can remember it. So engine failure on takeoff after V1. We will rotate, and I'll aim for 12.5 degrees pitch, counteracting the yaw with the rudder. We'll then follow SRS commands. I'll then auto trim the rudder. Once that is trimmed, we'll get the autopilot in. We won't do anything with regards to the failure or confirm the failures until we are at least 400 feet. Once we've got positive climb, we'll get that gear up, and then I will pull the heading bug, and we shall level off our acceleration altitude, and then once we have accelerated away, clean up on schedule, and once above 1600 feet we'll make that turn to our holding point. We'll hold there 3,000 feet, and then we'll sort ourselves out ready for the return. Okay, so I think we are pretty much good to go. Let's check we've got the APU up and running, which we do. It's been running long enough now. Get APU bleed on. External power, we can get that disconnected. Let's get the pumps all on. Seatbelt signs on. And let's run the cockpit prep checklist. So aircraft acceptance, that's been completed. Our fuel quantity is 5.9, and check that's balanced. Perfect. Seatbelt signs are on. It is, we've got 3 knob greens on the bar FQ, which is 1017, and that is about 10 feet. Fantastic. Okay, good. So let's make that call on Unicom. Rome traffic, Alpine 71 Zulu, Quebec stand 509, pushing back, tail to the right.
Human traffic, Ryanair 9447, landing runway 16 left.
Just got that final load sheet through, so let's just double check that. Cabin crew, arm doors and cross check.
Okay, Captain, cabin crew, all doors in flight and cross-check.
Okay, final load sheet, we'll accept that. Takeoff weight is 58.1, perfect. And we've got 23 and 27 as our takeoff trim. Virtual pilot, good evening from Finland. Hope you're doing well. What's our telex? Slot notification. Estimated floor times 19:15. Excellent, we are bang on time, and our takeoff time is 32. Fantastic. 17-minute taxi. It's not going to be that long. Hey Fong, you've recently picked up the Fenix 320, but your rudder for taxi feels extremely weird. Yeah, it can be a little bit sensitive. Try and reduce the sensitivity for it a little bit. Gugalil 2012. Good evening, sir.
Traffic, Ryanair 9447, go around.
We've got a go around taking place at the minute. Okay, I think I need to just bring the GSX menu up again manually, don't I, just to get the pushback. So, tail to the right, please. There we go. Alright, before I start, check the things so parking brakes are on. Takeoff data, just confirm we've got V1131, V2 is 136. Windows are closed, heads are on flight mode, doors are closed and armed, and our beacon light is on. Parking brake released. Okay, paranoia check. We've got APU bleed on. I'm going to turn one of the packs off. We don't need both of them on. And engine mode selected to
Ladies and
ignition. Starting
gentlemen,
one.
welcome aboard Easyjet Europe Flight 2998, departing from Rome to Mawanquanchan. We are delighted to have you with us today. My name is Mara, and I am your lead flight attendant. Joining me in the cabin are my wonderful colleagues, Luca, Sofia, Marco, and Elena. We are here to ensure you have a comfortable and enjoyable flight. Our estimated flight time is approximately 1 hour and 18 minutes, and we will be cruising at an altitude of 29,000 feet. Now for your safety, please pay attention to the following important information. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To release it, simply lift the buckle. We recommend keeping your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated, just in case we encounter any unexpected turbulence. In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure,
Engine 1 start good,
oxygen
start engine
masks
2.
will drop down from the panel above you. To use the mask, pull it towards you to start the flow of oxygen, place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to put your own mask on before assisting others. For our water landing procedures, each seat is equipped with a life vest located under your seat. To use it, pull it out, place it over your head, and secure the straps around your waist. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. In the event of an evacuation, please leave your luggage on board and proceed to the nearest exit. Our aircraft has 2 emergency exits located at the front and 2 at the rear. Please take a moment to locate the exit nearest to you, as it may be behind you. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a pleasant flight with us today. Captain Easyjet Sim Pilot, the cabin is ready for departure.
Fantastic, thank you. And we've got good start on engine 2. So, parking brake is now set. Karen says the announcement is so soothing. She sounds like she's had a long day. Final sector of the day. Clever, no traffic. No, we've got the airport to ourselves, I think, tonight. We've just had a go around, we just heard. But if I have a quick look, what's happening tonight? Absolutely nothing. I think this aircraft's just gone around. Yes, it has. So, yeah, in fact, there's a couple of others knocking about. There's a Wizz Air, and there's a... I don't even know what that is. But yeah, otherwise, it is. It is just us. Okay, good engine start on both 1 and 2. Tug is now getting out of the way. So, engine was selected to normal. Don't need that. Anti-ice not required. APU is off. And spoilers, rudder, flaps 1. Set our trim. Okay. And we'll have a look then. We'll do the flight control checks now. Looks like we're clear on both sides. So, go full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, and neutral rudder, full right, rudder, full left, and neutral. Part-time PC pilot, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate that. It says, even if you made it just in time for depart. You did. We'll open the back hatch. You can jump in. Tom Cruise style. Oh, cool. Alright, that's done. So, after start checklist, anti-ice is off. Ecam status is checked. So should just be a pack warning. Yep. Pitch trim is 27 and rudder is neutral. Okay, let's go. We know what we're doing with regards to the taxi. Let me just bring up the chart. What is that? Okay, master caution cancelled. Disregard, that's a sim bug. So, clear Ecam. Let's just get our ground chart up. Rome traffic, Alpine 71, Zulu, Quebec taxi now via Papa Delta November, holding intersection Bravo Charlie, runway 25. Right. Make sure we take the right taxiway, which is down there, isn't it? Yes, I believe it is. So, let's go. So our taxi is just down here this way. Alright, so we've got no change to our performance. Engine out procedure is standard. Right hand turn after 1600 feet, hold 3000. Departure is straight out, immediate right hand turn. Flaps 1 for the first couple of waypoints, push for mileage, and the initial stop climb is 11,000. Remember, that is a flight level, not an altitude. Fyong, is Elvatex better than Volanta? You find Volanta takes up a lot of RAM. I actually don't use Volanta. I can't compare it, but everyone that I've spoke to has said the exact same, that Elvatex is much lighter than Volanta. Just seen a text message come through. So what's that? Oh, apparently we're late. I don't think we're late. Anyway, taxi checklist. Flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMAs, we've got 131 blue, 136 Magenta, climb nav blue, 1FD2, 11,000 blue. Radar and predictive wind shear both on. Engine mode selector is normal. Ecam memo, we've now got takeoff no blue, and our EFB is stowed. Okay, so I just want to make sure we don't miss this turn that we've got coming up. As well, Fang, if you do fly in Volanta, you've got lots of flights, you can export the data from Volanta and put it into Elvatex, so you actually don't lose your data, which I think is quite neat. Okay, so we've got this left coming up. It's going to be quite a short taxi, as we said. Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
Okay, Captain, cabin crew, take seats for departure.
So, like I said earlier, we've got a bit of a double intersection here, so we want to make sure we take the right-hand one. Which is Bravo Charlie.
Human traffic, Ryanair 9447 and landing runway 167.
I think that's the aircraft that had the go around is coming in again. Clever, can you recognise does Elvatex recognise third-party airports? It does. It tells me what airport I've got installed and who created it, which is quite neat. Okay, and we're good to go. Cabin crew's been alerted. Rome traffic, Alpine 71 to the Quebec, lining up runway 25 via intersection Bravo Charlie, take off to the north. Right, lights on. TCAS on. Packs off. Are we all ready to go? We can see that aircraft on the TCAS ahead of us. That's the one that's just coming into landing. In fact, I can just see his lights if you look into the distance. He's just there. A little bit of power to get up this hill. Alright then. Okay guys, land checklist, cabin, crew, secured for takeoff. Takeoff runway is confirmed to 5 by Bravo Charlie, TCAS TRI, and packs 1 and 2. Off. Okay. Let's go. Take off. Start the chrono. % is set. And we've got Manflex, SRS, runway at auto thrust blue. Takeoff thrust set. V1. Rotate. Positive climb, gear up. And thrust climb, climb. Autopilot 1 is engaged. That's it. We're over the med already. So pack 1's back on, 10 seconds between the two. Aniket? Oh mate, you didn't listen to the brief. We're not flap zeroing yet. No. Chris Hogg, hey Chris, long time no see. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you. Like a very calm sea down there, doesn't it? But yeah, now first dangerous part is done. Right, push for managed speed, standard pressure. 110 blue. And FAP 0 spoils the sound. Okay, we've got no traffic around, so let's shortcut the hell out of this, shall we? And direct Sosiv. No ATC around us. Let's just continue that climb a little bit more. We'll set flight level 200. So we've got 200 blue.
Ryanair 9247, taxi on taxi Delta.
Hey, Vaughan Williams. Vaughan Williams. He's been dead for years. Sean, what kind of video docking guidance system are you using for the airports? It all depends on what GSX has got coded in.
Carlo Yuri, if you're listening,
So, speed
taxi
rate,
Delta
flaps.
is for arriving traffic, not
Yeah.
for departing traffic. Departing traffic is it's the taxiway Bravo.
Love this time of day in the sim. This is twilight. Forgot to ding the seatbelt signs for the cabin crew. I think the weather's looking pretty good. It's all smooth and stable, so 10,000 feet, we'll get the seatbelt signs off. Okay. Airports on the EFIS and come down
Dear
here.
guests, we are now at a safe altitude, and you are welcome to use your electronic devices. Please ensure that they are set to flight mode. Oh, and just a quick note. Our onboard Wi-Fi service is now available for you to
290
enjoy
blue.
during the flight. Thank you for flying with Easyjet Europe Flight 2998, and we hope you have a pleasant journey.
We'll copy the active flight plan and cost index 0. Starting to get a little bit dark, isn't it? Should we just add a little bit more brightness into the
Alpine 71 Zulu
Yes.
Quebec departure contact Fiume approach on 131.1.
and will you say integers ATC for it? Or 131.1 for Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec? Rob approach, good evening, Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec, direct Saucive, climbing flight level 290.
Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec, Fiume departure. Good evening, climb flight level 290. Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec, Fiume departure identified 4 miles north of Forbara Air Base at flight level 140, QNH 1020, cleared direct Romeo Foxtrot 706.
And request direct to Saucive for Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec.
Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec, unable to find sausage in your flight plan. Please confirm the correct waypoint name.
Direct Sierra Oscar Victor Alpha November now, please. Sovan for Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec. Failed to find the sausage in your flight plan. Best one I've heard for a while. Hey, Christian's in the chat. Clev, you've never been on a go-around, but you've been on 2 rejected takeoffs.
Alpine 71
Ouch.
Zulu Quebec, contact Rome radar on 129.0.
129.0 Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec. Rome radar, good evening, Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec.
Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec, Rome radar identified. Good evening.
So I'm wondering if we can get another little direct up here. So there's a bit of a dog leg in our flight plan, which if we can get out of that, would be great. Again, it just saves a bit of time, saves a bit of fuel, gets us into Munich a little bit earlier, which we're all for, of course. got to be honest, Clever, I've never heard of Crab Air. Okay, so like I said, we've not got a high flight level tonight. In fact, we're going to be at, I reckon, we're going to be at top of climb in record time, from about 15 minutes from setting off. That slow speed on the departure helped. Yeah, Callum, there's no Wi-Fi on Easyjet in real life. That's a little limitation of the cabin crew. In fact, hey guys, apologies, but do you mind telling the passengers that there is absolutely no Wi-Fi on this flight because we are far too cheap to pay for it. Let's see what the cabin crew does with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we regret to inform you that there is no Wi-Fi available on this flight. We appreciate your understanding and hope you enjoy the rest of your journey with us.
That was professional. More professional than I'd have been. RDLs want what yoke do I use? I don't use a yoke. We're flying an Airbus, so we have a stick. A side stick, of course. Looking mighty fine this evening. Hey Ziggy, other than airport plane add-ons, this is a clean 24 install. Yes. I don't know what add-ons you can actually have, Ziggy, other than aircraft and airports, to be honest. Dean, you flew from Bristol to Poland. Yeah, they do. It's a bit of a summer route, that, isn't it? Yeah, I do actually think that looks rather good. Christian, you still want to test the wake turbulence in VATSIM? That is a good point. We might have to figure that out and do that. Bean, we are using Say Intentions for our online ATC tonight until we pick up some VATSIM coverage. She looks rather beautiful this evening. Just heard the engines rolling back, so that will be our top of climb. Yeah, there we go. Speed on cruise, and so we set TCAS to below, and from there then let's go in and put cost index back to 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached cruising altitude, and we will begin our snack and drink service shortly. We have some delightful options available, including our delicious Mediterranean wrap and a refreshing fruit salad. After the service, we will also have articles from the Easyjet shop available for you to browse. Thank you for flying with us today.
Okay, a couple of questions coming in on Twitch. I will answer those in a moment. Bear with me, but I just want to see if we can get a little direct here. So if we can get a direct, maybe, Luthor. I reckon that would be a nice little time saver. Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec. Any chance we can get a direct to Luthor? Lima Uniform Tango Oscar Romeo.
Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec. Proceed direct to Luthor.
Direct Luthor for Alpine 71 Quebec. Try that again. Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec. Told you it was an absolute pain of a call sign. Right. Direct Luthor. With the beam points in for our fuel check, we'll do that in a minute. There we go, look. We could climb higher, Christian. I'm quite happy with 29,000 feet just for the flight. I mean, we've only got about an hour to go. Plus, well, it was super brief side here, yeah. Plus which means we get to see the ground a bit more. And I'm all for seeing the ground. Hey, Elk Chocolate. Right, so... couple of questions. Plane 4, how do you calculate the point of no return with the fixed info if you are flying over a long time above water? Okay, so your best thing to do is not use the fixed info page, but instead, if you go to data page and you want the equitime point, so all you're looking to do is pick 2 airports. So there's your first airport, there's your second airport, and your equitime point is literally halfway between the two. So if you were flying across the Atlantic, for example, you could pick an airport like, I don't know, Dublin and maybe Boston, something like that, and that would be halfway between the two. Or you could even choose one in Halifax, the coast of Canada. So yeah, you can update these. These are by default set to your departure and your arrival airport to give you your equitime point, which is the middle of your flight. Which is not showing there because it normally shows on that. I might have skipped it with the direct though, to be honest. So. But it does tell you actually with all the details just here as you can see. So yeah, you basically use that and it'll give you your equitime point. Oh, actually it's there, look. It doesn't show it in your flight plan. It does show it on the navigation display just here. Look. There you are, ETP. So that's how you do that. Dean Roberts, do you need mods? For what, Dean? For what? Being, am I on Entourage or am I on the premium subscription? I use the subscription service, but obviously I fly very regularly, so I get quite a lot out of it, and I never fly without the cabin crew. I love the cabin crew. Chris Hogg, mate, thank you so much for your very kind and generous £10 super chat. I really do appreciate your support, Chris, and yeah, great that you've been able to join us again this evening. Live streams are few and far between these days, which I really do hate. I'm trying to streamline my day and it's not working, but anyway. Chris says he's still on flights in 2020, 2024 isn't working, but you do enjoy this. Oh, Chris, lots of people say 2024 isn't working, and I don't know what to suggest because, I mean, just look at the sort of performance we're getting, and I'm running such an old graphics card. Well, I think it's old. A 3060 graphics card, and look at it. And I'm streaming as well. All on one PC. So I honestly do not know what to suggest. Christian, if I want to see the ground, you recommend flight 130 over the Alps. Yeah, good call. And Dean, if you're talking about mods in the chat, we do have them. Yeah, we do have the one actual mod for Flight Sim 24 that I want, which isn't yet available, is Chase Plane. So it can give me beautiful views like this all the time automatically, because just how gorgeous is that? Wow. I could sit and look at that all day. Hey, Golden Aviation. So, little shortcut here. And now we're on this shortcut here, look. To Luton. Yeah, we'll see if we can pick some ATC up as we enter German airspace. That's the aircraft we're flying tonight. Oscar Echo Lima Quebec November. Ignore this call sign here. Probably ought to enter the flight number, didn't we, actually? Fill that in. Colin, how do I get such a smooth exterior pan view? What you mean, sort of like that? Well, by default in the drone camera, to speed up the sort of WADS keys, which is your forward, backwards, left, right, and then you've got RNF up and down. To speed that up, press F6. If I press F6, then, well, oh yeah, there you go, it's really fast then. The camera to transition up and down, you speed that up with F8. So F5 and 6 speed up and slow down this stuff. F7 and F8 speed up and slow down the pans. So, oh my word, that's too fast. Yeah, you can. I try and set it up before we go. Sadly, what it doesn't do is save the speed every flight. So I have to try and set it up before we go. But yeah, as you can clearly see, it is actually a bit of a pain to set up. I find slower is far better for everything. And then, like you said, we get those nice smooth views then like this, which is lovely. Do wish that moon was bigger. The moon shouldn't be that small. I do think that looks just stunning. Next time you fly, ask for a wing view, a wing seat. Okay, we need to do a fuel check anyway. So we've just passed Kugix. Let's get the operational flight plan up. Check. All is well. Now, I did have a message earlier telling me I was late. I don't think we're late, so I'm going to ignore it. But we were out 2 minutes late. ADC required, filling the paper after arrival. Yeah, right, go away. So, what extra fuel did we take? We took 5.9 tons, which is about 300 kilograms extra, plus 200 contingency, so that's 0.5 ton extra. So where did I say we were? We just passed Kugix, hadn't we? Let's find that. We should have loads of extra fuel because of the shortcuts. So we should have about 4.3 tons of fuel on board, and we've got yeah, well, we should have had 4.3 at Kugix. We passed that a while ago. Now we've got still got 4.3. Right, what's the other message that's coming through now? Stop sending me load sheets. Goodness me. Just beautiful views tonight. you always get this time of day. I mean, that is stunning. That is so realistic. Krillis says, just flew from Parma to Munich, but had to disconnect about 106 miles left. The aircraft bugged out big time. Oh, that is frustrating. Golden Aviation, how's the performance of flights from 2020 on long-haul flights? I think it's okay. I haven't flown long-haul on 2020 for such a long time, but we've done long-haul on
Alpine
2024.
71 Zulu Quebec,
okay.
contact Milan radar on 118.675.
118.675 for Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec. Good night. Milan radar on Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec, flight level 290. Hey, Christian Starmer. Good to see you. Better late than never.
Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec, Milan radar, identified. Ciao.
Identified by. What's everybody else's favourite time of day to fly in the sim anyway? Just general daytime, nighttime, or dawn or dusk? I know dawn and dusk are pretty similar, but just curious, because I love that. Like I said, that external view, that sort of picture that we got there. Beautiful. Bean, what was the question? Bit of wing flex, bit of turbulence. Right, let's have a look at this arrival routing, see what we've got in here. So, let me just grab the charts for it, and we'll see what we've got. Oh, Bean, I'm on, yeah, I'm on the subscription service for pay intentions. Pay intentions. Say intentions. But like I said, I use it every single flight, so, and I obviously stream a lot, so I find it worthwhile. Alright, so we're expecting the Betas 1 Alpha arrival, which comes, we're going to be coming in straight up to just Betas to Osberg. Betas to Osberg, yeah, and then from there we've got any sort of transition for this. Yeah, Betas 08 to Ottersberg. I think that was the only veer available, wasn't it? Oh, actually, the Beta 08, is it that one? Could be that one. Let's have a look. That looks like it's got a big manual leg attached to it, which this one does at DM450, if I have a look just here. So see if this looks like anything I've got on the chart in a minute. Yeah, okay. That's very similar. And to be fair, I want that manual leg in, and I do want all of those DM waypoints, because if you've got ATC, they're probably going to give us that. So yeah, the Betas 08 probably get rid of Oldenburg, to be honest. It's in there twice now. Tidied that up. Get rid of Oldenburg. Ah, there we go. Now we're looking like it should. Another coming message come through. This one better not be shouting at me. Oh, ops have come back. No ADC required. Excellent. Hey guys, any chance of a cup of tea whilst we're in the cruise? If they're not too busy, of course.
Of course, Captain. I'll get a cup of tea for you right away.
Beautiful. FS Wi-Fi is with the 319. Is there any major difference compared to the 320? No. The idea is they want to keep everything the same for obvious reasons. They don't want to have airlines spending money retraining. So, yeah. Basically. You probably notice a bigger difference for the 321 Neo. Flared logic on that is slightly different. Not enough to need retraining though.
Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec. Expect the Beta 1 Alpha arrival. Descent coming up in about 20 minutes.
Expect the Beta 1 Alpha arrival into Munich. Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec. Is there any difference? I mean,
Alpine
not in
71
calm
Zulu
weather.
Quebec. Affirm. You are cleared for the Beta 1 Alpha arrival into Munich.
Yeah, don't worry, Christian. I've just been going through, and we're not. We're going to be doing the Beta 08. Yeah, that's the one. The Beta 08 transition. We've literally just been popping that in. This is where SimBrief is not quite up to date or up to speed with stuff like that yet. One day it'll be there. But still, whilst it is still technically free, we can't really complain. Christian also says there's not much traffic in Munich at the moment. Give yourself the flight level 80 constraint at Betos. Let's have a look. Oh, we do actually have that in a minute. We might be able to get them straight in. In fact, there's very little coming into Munich, particularly from the south. Someone was asking earlier what scenery have we got installed. So with Elvatex, if you hover over it, it does tell you. So I've got the SimWings version of Munich, and what did we have in Rome? We've got yeah, MK Studios. We're going to be flying straight over one of my favourite airports on the channel, which is of course Innsbruck. Cessna 152 doing some training there. Literally going around in circles. got a Turkish. Clever, can you manually add airports that it's failed to recognise? I'm not sure. I think it's got everything in there that I've got, so I don't know if it's actually failed to recognise anything, if I'm being honest with you. So we've got Wine Radar on there. We're going to transient their airspace a little bit. I don't know whether they'll just leave us alone though, because we're not actually going to be doing too much for them. We're just going to be overflying Innsbruck. Not much ATC on in the UK tonight either, to be honest. I am very nosy. I do like seeing strange aircraft on here, you know, like big 4-engine jets. What's that? Is that a 340? Oh no, it's 74. Not exactly had the longest of flights, has he? Cargo looks. Then again, you can get away with cargos, can't you? Plane 4, we could set Squawk 1000. That is, yeah, that is the traditional Squawk, isn't it? For when we come into Germany. What's this one? Heathrow to, God, where's that? Is that Hong Kong or Singapore? Isn't it that Singapore? Jesus, that's a long flight. That is a really long flight. I was doing that overnight. I'd love to do that. In an A380 as well. Amazing. I tell you, I am just nosy. We do have Janet back with us today. She's joining us just for a little moment before we start looking at briefing our approach. Hey Janet, how are you doing today?
At your 3 o'clock, about 32 kilometers away, you might spot the Parco Divertimenti Parco Aquatico, which is basically a fancy way of saying a water amusement park. Now, this place is known for its thrilling water slides and wave pools. But let me tell you about my friend Toby. One time, he thought it would be a brilliant idea to slide down one of those massive water slides while wearing a full suit. Yes, a suit! He ended up flying off the slide and landing in the kiddie pool, which was not only embarrassing, but also quite a sight for the parents there. They say he made quite the splash, and not just in the water. So if you ever find yourself there, just remember to leave the formal wear at home. It's a water park, not a wedding.
Well, Janet, it's always good to have your insights on our flights. Chasing that sunset.
Well, it's always a pleasure to be here, isn't it? Just like a cup of tea that's gone cold, but you still drink it anyway. Now, if you're looking for something interesting, at our 1 o'clock about 12 miles out, you'll see the beautiful Lago di Fimon. It's a lake, which is basically a big puddle, but with more drama. Now, my friend Toby once thought it would be a good idea to go swimming there in the middle of winter, claiming he was training for the Olympics. He ended up with more ice than water and had to be rescued by some very confused ducks. So, if you fancy a swim, maybe check the temperature first.
Cedriti, hello. Hope you're doing well. So what's that then? What's that, Janet? Over at our sort of 9-10 o'clock. That is a really, really big lake, isn't it? Maybe she doesn't know what it is.
Ah, yes. At our 10 o'clock, that massive body of water is the Lago di Fimone. It's like nature's own swimming pool, but without the chlorine and with more ducks. Now, let me tell you about my friend Toby. One time, he thought it would be a brilliant idea to go for a swim there during a family picnic. He jumped in, only to realize he was wearing a full-on inflatable dinosaur costume. He flailed about like a confused T-Rex, and the ducks were not impressed. They quacked at him like he was the worst swimmer in the world. So if you fancy a dip, maybe leave the costumes at home.
We'll remember to do that. Right, let's start prepping for our approach and going through some charts and things before our top of descent. So we've got top of descent coming up in about about 10-15 minutes or so. That's plenty of time to go through. Okay, so plane forward actually is, I was just going to tune in and listen to that, but we've got information Bravo is current, then in Munich. Independent ILS parallel approaches runway left and right in use. We'll probably be using 0 right as we're coming from the south. Winds variable 2 knots. The QNH currently is 1024, which we shall preset. Preset on here as well. There we go. So yeah, we've got no real weather to worry about, and that's information Bravo. Cool. Philston 70, thank you for the follow. So that's yeah, that's all pretty straightforward. Not bothered about the weather. The aircraft's still flying, so that's good. We've got no times as we briefed earlier on. We were in Rome before we left. Let's chat about what we are expecting and how we're going to fly it. Fly with Tom, mate. Thank you for the follow, and hey to you too. So let's bring up the charts. Here we go. Oh, yeah, so we're expecting the 08 transition, Betos 08, which, as you can see, is here. Not a lot of traffic in front of us, so we're going to get down below the profile, I think, once we hit top of descent, just to obviously we'll maintain MSA clearance, which is fine. But yeah, basically get down as soon as we can, and then hopefully we can almost get straight in rather than taking our taking a long route all around the houses and things like that. So to try and sort of mitigate that, what we're going to do is we're going to get down below the profile, and then my plan will be at Betos. As long as it looks like we're going to get a quick approach, we'll get to green dot. As soon as we get one of these shortcuts, I want to be thinking green dot straight away. The idea then being, once we're on the ILS intercept, it's going to be flaps 1 for the localizer, flaps 2 for the glide. Now, I don't actually know Munich very well, but we've obviously got lots of terrain to the south of the airport, so we just need to be a little bit careful as we're descending. Remember, I said a little bit earlier on, MSA is above 10,000 feet as we're coming down, so I don't really want to be dropping down below that until we're at least approaching Betos. Let's bring up the ILS approach information, then I'll look at the ground chart. So, where have you gone? Oh yeah, ILS approach stuff. So it is a normal 3-degree approach. We've got Papas on the left, they're set to 3 degrees as well, so that's fine. It's a really long runway, it's 4 kilometers, and it's really wide as well, so it's a 60 meter wide runway. That can give you a little bit of false perspective, so maintain those Papas and don't let the visual picture throw us off just because it's a wide runway. Let's have a look at the go around. So the go around is just have a look. What's the ILS identifier for this? Is it DMS? 1 mile east of DMS or minimums, whichever is later. It's basically right turn direct 5,000. So missed approach altitude is 5,000 feet. No speed restriction on the missed approach. Alright, let's get the minimums as well. Weather is good, so catwalk minimums are going to be 1690. We'll get those in a minute. No circling information published. I suppose you would really need it, would you?
At our 10 o'clock, about 37 kilometers away, you might spot the Elias Adventure Park. Now, this place is like a playground for grown-ups, but with more screaming and less adult supervision. It's got zip lines, climbing walls, and all sorts of things that make you feel like a kid again, except with the added risk of injury. Speaking of risks, my friend Toby once thought it would be a great idea to try and zip line while holding a slice of pizza. He ended up dropping the pizza, which landed on a family below, and they were not amused. So if you ever visit, maybe keep the food away from the adventure activities.
Everyone ridicules Toby, but he's done a lot more with his life than I have. I'm just having a look at the ground shot, see where we're expected to park. I've got no idea. I think the Easyjet... Where does Easyjet park in Munich? Christian, give us a parking stand. But if we land on 08, right, ATC's just gone offline. Yeah, of course they have. We'll use auto brake low, and I reckon we'll be getting off at sort of Bravo 7 or Bravo 10, and then we'll be going wherever Christian tells us to go. West apron. So is that apron 1, as it's called here? Work in progress apron. This one here. So in that case, we'll vacate left. Actually, we get off Bravo 7, great, then we'll go straight through on Whiskey 1 kind of area. Which would be handy. Yeah, so any of those would do. 171 through to 195. Definitely not a jetway stand. Easyjet don't pay for those. Oh, Christian's just backed that up actually. 71.95. Makes sense to me. Alright. That's where we'll aim for. I don't think I can pre-select it in GSX, can I? It'd be kind of cool if I can. Still wanted me to select the pushback direction. That would be a really bad move right now, wouldn't it? Nose to the left. Yeah, it's a shame ATC's just gone offline, but... oh, well, never mind. Never mind. Elton, you can pre-select it under 10,000 feet. The problem with that, Elton, is they've not really thought about that. Under 10,000 feet, you're usually pretty busy. Okay, so this is the point where we are crossing the Alps. Might be worth, then, using our magic waypoint. 225090. Oh, actually, that looks like we've passed it already. So that is our Alps highest point passing line. So have a look behind us. Have a quick check. Oh God, that looks so good. Honestly, how good does that look? So we're pretty much past the Alps now. Lane 4 you think is a bit too bright. Well, what you got to remember as well is we are higher up, so you are going to see that twilight more than you would do on the ground, of course. I like it.
At our 11 o'clock, about 27 kilometers away, you'll see the Parco Naturale Tessa, which is basically a big outdoor space where nature does its thing. It's like a giant garden, but without the annoying neighbors complaining about your hedge. Now, my friend Toby once thought it would be a brilliant idea to go hiking there wearing flip-flops. Yes, flip-flops. He ended up slipping down a hill and rolling into a bush, which turned out to be a nest of angry bees. Let's just say he learned the hard way that nature doesn't always want to be friends. So, if you fancy a stroll there, maybe wear proper shoes and leave the bees alone.
We're going to have to tell Janet to be quiet on approach. Yeah, Christian, that's my plan. If I can get off at Bravo 7, then it's just going to be straight ahead and park left. Which will be beautiful. It means I get my beer and crisps earlier. Got to love chipsticks, right? We'll have a butcher's down at Innsbruck in about 30 miles. It is there. Now we're just getting a little bit of turbulence effects over the Alps. Not too much. Fly with Tarn, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Just a reminder then before we start our descent down, please do hit that like button on the stream tonight. Honestly, it makes such a difference to the YouTube algorithm and statistics and things, so I appreciate every one of those. I really do. So yeah, if you haven't already done that, then please do consider giving it a go. It's free, of course. And as always, a massive thanks to our Easyjet SimPilot channel members. Really appreciate that. So just before we go down, just putting in the latest weather into the box for the approach. Do config 3 landing tonight. Nice long runway. I haven't added anyone Elevatex. It's just my friends list is empty. Flight Sim Gym, Tower Approach, yeah, they've all gone offline, but never mind. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Do you know, I've forgotten what the platform altitude was for this. It's going to be 3,000 feet, isn't it? Oh, it's 5,000 feet. Oh my god, that's high. Mind you, the airport's at nearly 2,000 feet, so it's not a great surprise. Right, we don't need DGAD anymore, so stick a 9-mile radius around there just to give us a bit of a help. Right, top of descent is here. Let's go down. So, thrust handle, over descent, and 120 blue, down we go. Hey guys, if you want to let everybody know, we should be landing in around about 30 minutes time. Andrew, is this an easy landing? How would you define that?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant speaking. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 28,867 feet, and we expect to begin our descent in approximately 30 minutes. Please ensure your seatbelts are fastened
That's not what
and
I
your
said.
seatbacks are in the upright position. Thank you for flying with Easyjet Europe Flight 21998, and we hope you're enjoying your journey.
That's not what I said at all. No, you might want to correct that. We've just started our descent. We're going to be landing in about 30 minutes. Prepare the cabin.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant speaking. We have just begun our descent and expect to land in approximately 30 minutes. Please ensure your seatbelts are fastened and your seatbacks are in the upright position. Thank you for flying with Easyjet Europe Flight 2998.
At our 2 o'clock, about 21 kilometers away, you might spot the Flughafen Innsbruck, which is basically a fancy building where planes come and go, like a bus station, but with more turbulence. Now let me tell you about my friend Toby. One time, he thought it would be a brilliant idea to try and impress someone by pretending to be a pilot at the airport. He wore a toy captain's hat and started directing planes with his arms,
Alpine
thinking he was the
71
next
Zulu
big
Quebec.
thing in
Contact
aviation.
Vienna radar on
Unfortunately, he ended up causing a bit of a
132.19er.
scene, and the real pilots were not amused. So, if you ever find yourself at the airport, maybe leave the directing to the professionals.
And there's Munich. No, it isn't. That's a complete lie. There's Innsbruck. I don't think I've ever seen Innsbruck from this height at night before. It looks really nice, doesn't it? Vienna radar, Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec is now descending flight level 120.
Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec, Vienna radar identified. Good evening.
That really does look nice. Honestly, I've not seen. I don't think I've ever overflown Innsbruck before like that. Not much activity going on down there. Although, apparently there's an A320 that's just done the full sort of go-around. It's not a go-around, it should be a landing, that, but you know what I mean. Oh wow, he's gone from Tivat to Innsbruck. That is literally Cat 3 to Cat 3 airport. Is it elevated or got mountains either side, Andrew? No, it's not.
FSTraffic, Austrian 14 Zulu, indicated runway 08.
Get rid of that master caution warning. Disregard. A little bit of turbulence again, just as we exit the mountain range. Okay, I'm going to pull for open select the speed, and we're just going to get down, I think, because there's no track of traffic ahead of us, and it means we can dive straight in. We'll go flight level 80, aiming for Betos there then.
Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec, Vienna radar, cleared Beta 1 Alpha arrival into München.
Okay, I'm going to turn beyond ATC air traffic control off now, because we need to go into Unicom ready for the arrival.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We have just left our cruising altitude and are now beginning our approach to MA1 Quadrant. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seatbelts. The use of lab...
Oh. Have we just had an electrical failure? Right, let's get this seatbelt signs on. Hey, organ. It has indeed resumed from last time, yeah, which is good. Don't want people losing things. Indeed, 16 months of membership, mate, that is awesome. You are joining us just on arrival, actually. Good time. Yeah, I wish Chase Plane 2 would hurry up for flights from 24. Love it. McBell, hello, 6 AM in Australia. Good evening to you. Oh, sorry, good morning. Right, just push for managed descent. Gets down 8,000 feet at Betos. We can leave Betos, and I think pretty much a straighten approach there. So when I say straighten approach, what I mean is basically we're going to do Betos, continue to fly north, and then get straight in on 08 right. No other traffic seems to be coming in on 08 right. Everyone's coming in from the north, so that's 08 left, which is fine. So that leaves the way clear for us. Perfect. Organ, you're not getting on with FSTraffic 24 or 2020 anymore. They both seem broken. That's really frustrating, isn't it? And the last thing we want is crash their desktops. Right, let's get down then to 5,000 feet. Push for standard pressure. And the plan now, I think, is we are pretty much going to vector ourselves straight in for this arrival. So, heading mode and VS. About 1,500 feet per minute. And we're going to start reducing speed, of course, as well. In fact, yeah, just push the level off. Let's just reduce speed 250. Get the landing lights on. And we'll start concentrating. And the approach checklist, so bar FQNH is 1024. Well, seatbelt signs are on. Minimums are 1690. Engine motor selector is null, and our EFB is stowed. Okay, tidied up the flight plan, extended the runway centerline, and we'll get straight in. So that is 10,000 feet. We've got the landing lights on. We'll activate our approach phase. Hey Jan, I'm very well, thank you. little bit of speed brake out just to make sure, because I do need to slow down now as we're coming in. So
Ladies and
let's
gentlemen,
just hit manage
we
speed.
are now on our final approach into Konchen. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we have arrived at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away and ensure your seats are in the full upright position. Don't forget to fasten your seatbelts. Once we land, Easyjet staff will provide you with information regarding your connecting flights. Thank you for your cooperation. Crew, please check that everyone is seated and has their seatbelts fastened. Captain cabin is ready.
Just having a look, we've got a little bit of traffic coming in there. We've got Eurowings, haven't we? And he also looks like he's at a very similar altitude. So what we're going to do is let's scoop in behind him. Just keep that descent going a little bit, it doesn't need to be a lot. Would be nice if we could actually see them in Flight Sim 24. That is definitely one of the things that lets it down. No, not anymore, Christian. Yeah, that's the problem. I've got my hand. I take my hand off the speed brake lever to sort out the FCU. Right, he's now 1,000 feet beneath us. I reckon we can make that turn again. We're a green dot. He's probably flying faster than us anyway. Come all the way around. So heading to 5. This is what they do with Heathrow, isn't it? The S-shapes and S-patterns that they have to fly to get them in. Tucking each aircraft in behind, which is always very impressive to watch. So India Mike Sierra Echo is identified, and the approach checklist, we've run that, so that's fine. I think he's gone straight for the arrival there, look. Let's have a look. Yeah. Got another aircraft here. Doing 300 and... Oof. Okay, it's 27,000 feet and it's doing nearly 400 knots. We're doing 210. Start to bring it back around then. And we'll get him.
Mission traffic, all wings 889 are lining up, runway 08 left and taking off immediately.
Just wait for that glide slope to start to come down.
traffic overwings.
Problem we've got flying this heading, we're going to start setting off TCAS alerts for those arriving on 08 left, so probably just need to come a little bit more parallel to that.
Munich traffic FSTraffic, come back downwind for runway 08 right.
Munich traffic Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec is downwind runway 08 right, currently 14 miles out, about to make our base turn, and speed is 200 knots. Which airport's that we've just lined up with? We're not landing there.
Traffic. Taxi to entry 07. Echo T, Delta T orange line, and Charlie 4 traffic.
Munich traffic overwings 889er, airborne runway 08 left.
Okay. So we want alt glide slope, lock, blue, cap 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2. And there's our runway.
Munich traffic, Lufthansa 17 Charlie Heavy has 11 miles final, runway 08 left. Munich traffic.
Lots of aircraft coming into uncontrolled airspace does always concern me a little bit. VATSIM Jim says after all that the Eurowings 208 left. Oh, you're kidding. Oh well, never mind.
A Alpha Uniform.
Flaps on. Speed's checked. Lock. Star. Now let's just pull speed, we'll go 180. Munich traffic Alpine 71 Zulu Quebec is establishing ILS 08 right, 12 mile final, speed 180. Hey Brian, how you doing? Back from Barcelona on Easyjet. That's what you get for being tall.
Traffic Lufthansa 3 Tango X-ray at Mike is published by Listen Website. Munich traffic, Rowing 7 Hotel, Tango, runway 08, layback 18.
So just a reminder, the go around is right turn hold at the OTT. Okay, flaps 2, speed's checked.
Munich traffic, Lufthansa 17 Charlie is going around.
And we've got a go around in progress. Radar altimeter is live.
Munich traffic, Aston 33, Comac is turning final, runway 08 right, 18 miles.
United Ramsey, good evening to you. You join us just as we're about to land. Cabin crew, seats for landing.
Okay, Captain, cabin crew, take seats for landing.
Right, 6 miles. Manage the speed. Gear down. Spoilers armed. Flaps 3. Speeds checked. Flaps 3. Forgot to push the button.
Munich traffic, Lufthansa 4 Charlie at entry Sierra 7 is taxiing to runway 08.
And
right.
landing checklist. So cabin is secured. Go around altitude 5,000 feet. Set Eco memo. Landing no blue.
6 and holding short.
United, let's see if we get a stutter-free can't even say it. Stutter-free landing first, shall we?
Munich traffic, Lufthansa 513, establish IS 08 right, 12 miles to go.
Rush hour, thank you for the follow. Right, autopilot off. My jet. Thousand feet. Remember, it's 60 meters wide, this thing. It's massive. So focus on that, pappies. Don't let it play the trick on you that a wide runway can give you. United, we're about to find out together, aren't we?
Above. Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Okay, so our spoilers deployed. And reverse green. Decel. Reverse off. Manual brakes. Come on, make the exit. That'll do. Wanted to make this exit so we get a quick taxi in. Munich traffic, runway 08 right, vacated.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed at Munich Airport. Thank you for flying with Easyjet Europe Flight 2998. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we have reached the final parking position. Did you know that Munich is famous for its beer gardens and the annual Oktoberfest celebration? It's a city rich in culture and history. On behalf of Captain Easyjet Sim Pilot, First Officer, and the entire crew, we wish you a pleasant stay here. The local time is 10:43 p.m. Thank you.
Oh, that's late. Right.
Easyjet on 08 right, checking my control, still open.
I haven't got an open mic. Oh, I do have an open mic. Why do we have an open mic? How very strange. Ooh, okay. Not quite sure what's going on there. We've got an open mic issue. So I've just come off of VATSIM. No, I haven't. I've come off of Unicom for now. What on earth is that all about? We've never had that before. How strange. Actually, is that me?
Munich traffic, FSTraffic, connected with status 08.
No, I haven't got an open mic. That is not me. So I don't know who's got the open mic, but it's not us. We are receiving though. Someone's got an open mic, and it's not me. Right, I don't actually know where we're going now after that. Why is there a big bridge in front of the access to where I need to go? Say, open mic issues, that's just...
Traffic, I come back doing the run right right.
Seriously, why is there a big bridge? I need to go through that bridge. Ugh. That's annoying. Okay, we can't park there. Is both scenery still installed? I've not removed the Azobo edition.
Okay.
English traffic, Lufthansa 513, vacated runway 08 right.
That means I might not actually be able to park anywhere.
Munich traffic, Lufthansa 4 Whiskey Charlie is lining up runway 08 right from holding point Bravo 6 and waiting for distance to Air France 33 Echo Mike.
Okay, Christian, I have an idea how to deal with this. We'll come off of VATSIM for it. Oh, and there we are. Yeah, you can tell we've got both installed. There's double lighting, isn't there? Oh, that's really going to mess up my Elevatex routing, though. It's not going to look as good as it did. Right, we'll just pick a gate, I think, now. After all that.
Echo departure route, Clamfield set. Munich traffic.
Someone's still got an open microphone. Right. And that's it. Easyjet parked up, and you guys will now have to get the bus and walk. I don't know if putting the beacon light off is actually going to bring GSX to life. Oh, it might have. Deboarding requested. Ah, excellent, it is doing it. Fantastic. Oh, well then, guys, there you are. Seatbelt signs off. Jobs are good.
Traffic Lufthansa 3 Tango is runway 0 left vacated.
Well, guys, thank you very much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed our little jaunt tonight. I thought some of the scenery and the graphics this evening looked amazing, particularly that little sunset sort of scene that they had. Did enjoy that. So then, until next time, remember guys, don't forget to use our discount code on the Contrail store if you are, of course, purchasing anything from there. Always worth saving some money. Organ, you asked me earlier about the WingFlex hardware. Yeah, I'm still using it. Absolutely no problems with it. Absolutely fantastic. If anyone's looking to get any of the WingFlex hardware, you can use our discount code as well, which I think is something like EasyJet Sim Pilot or I think it is just EasyJet SimPilot, and it saves you about 70 or 80 pounds, something like that. So it's definitely worth a go. Like I say, anything we can do to save you guys money, then we're all for that. And of course, if you're purchasing anything from the individual store, then do check out our channel partner in the link below as well. And of course, if you like the cabin crew and wonderful janitor and her Toby stories, don't forget to check out State Intentions, as they provide all of that as well. So guys, until next time, I look forward to seeing you then. We will have to wait for the buses. They've got a long way to come now, and they probably can't get there because there's a bridge in the way. Good night, everyone. See you all very soon.